We're still following breaking news in Lehigh Acres. We were the first on scene after a car drove into a store on Lee Boulevard, and our Hollie Hojek is now standing by live on scene with new details.
Peter, this is something out of an action movie. I'm standing here and it's hard to believe even seeing it myself. Take a look. There is a car inside this food mart. This is a residential street off Sunshine Boulevard near Lee Road. We know one man is dead after a shooting. The sheriff's office saying this is an isolated incident tonight, but not saying much else. As you can see behind me, those flashing lights, there's deputies and detectives on the scene. Some major developments here within just the last few minutes. We are now able to confirm that 2 people were killed inside this Bonita Springs home yesterday. The sheriff's office says the most shocking part about all of this is how elaborate this operation really was. 3 houses, thousands of packages of synthetic marijuana being shipped from this house in San Carlos Park. Take a look. This is 19-year-old Jessica Hess from Riverview, Florida. She was arrested after Charlotte County deputies say she stabbed a 20-year-old woman several times at the Redneck Yacht Club. It's called skimming. What these criminals are doing is mounting a device that looks very similar to this card acceptor. I want you to take a look at my hands. I have a dime and a pen. I spoke with security experts tonight who say nowadays cameras are so small they could fit into both of these items. So I'm just hanging out with my new pet snake here. We're at the Conservancy in Naples. But the good news, it hasn't started raining here in Bonita Springs just yet. But the threat of some severe weather is causing some major hiccups at a lot of big events around the area. Here at the boat show, people still showing up with their umbrellas in hand, preparing for the worst. And joining us now is John Good, the manager of the boat show here, kind of to let us know what the procedure is if it does start to rain on us. What's the plan? Chikungunya.
Because I've never heard of it.
The name may sound foreign and funny, but it's a serious threat here in Southwest Florida.
Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Welcome to Florida.
Chikungunya is carried by mosquitoes and first showed up in the Caribbean about a year ago. Now officials say there are close to 20,000 reported human infections.
It's moved rapidly through the Caribbean, so we do worry that it will eventually come to Southwest Florida.
The disease spreads from mosquito to human to mosquito, much quicker than other mosquito-borne diseases. Someone can be infected for up to 12 days before they notice any symptoms.
It's very frightening in that it is a difficult mosquito to control.
Lee County says spraying them doesn't work because they breed during the day and they spray at night. Another problem with these mosquitoes, they can breed in almost any amount of water, in something like a bird bath to something as small as a water bottle cap.
Maybe look for water, see if you can dump it out. Just take it seriously. You don't want to expose yourself to mosquitoes.
Shelley Redovan with Lee County Mosquito Control says she doesn't want people to panic. Just be aware.
We'll probably I'll remove the dishes.
Even though he just learned about the disease this afternoon, Nick Shippus is already coming up with a plan of action.
Now, I'm going to probably start spraying myself more, or we're going to start spending more time sitting in the back.
Some symptoms include high fever, severe joint pain, possible swelling, or rash. One case in Lee County was an import, meaning the person came here from the Caribbean, then left. There are no reported cases here in Southwest Florida right now, but be on the lookout. Mosquito Control says we are used to seeing mosquitoes bothering us at night. It's the few we see during the daytime we need to be worried about. Reporting live in studio, Hollie Hojek, NBC2.
Mad. I was really pissed.
This mother of 2, outraged.
It's just gross, disgusting.
Flor Morales says she and her 2 young children were playing in the driveway around 5:30 Wednesday night when she looked up and saw a man fondling himself in the neighbor's driveway.
He was facing this way. He was facing my kids doing that.
Morales grabbed her kids, brought them inside, and called 911.
What if he had come and touched my kids or something while I was inside? Anything could happen.
Even more disturbing, someone in this same neighborhood reported a similar case of indecent exposure less than 2 months ago. Deputies still searching for that man.
Do you think that might be him, though?
Yeah, it was him.
When NBC2 showed Morales the surveillance footage from the incident a few weeks ago, she noticed some similarities.
As soon as I saw that white thing on his face, yeah, he was covering his face.
Deputies have not confirmed if it's the same person.
Don't go out in the street alone.
The neighbor wasn't home at the time, but Morales told her what happened.
Couldn't believe it. I went running inside, looking around my house, making sure that the guy was not inside of my house. And then that's when the police officer came and searched the house as well.
Tonight, parents are on edge.
I can't be outside no more. you know, thinking that he could be watching them hiding out there.
Innocent children traumatized.
She said she was very scared, and this is my 7-year-old daughter, and she was terrified to go to sleep.
In Lehigh Acres, Hollie Hojek, NBC2. Heart-wrenching video from the coastline of Collier County. 30 miles away from their natural environment, today dozens of whales struggled to survive as they wandered close to land.
No, I've never seen anything like it.
The 30 pilot whales wandered into Gordon's Pass just after noon today. At least 2 ended up out of the water. Several Southwest Florida rescue agencies rushed to help usher the stranded mammals back out to open water.
They're very inactive and they're not moving much, and seem to be distressed a little bit in their swimming patterns. Just very not normal for this area.
Boaters were kept back as first responders carefully worked to push the whales towards the Gulf.
I was about to dash over there and go see them very close because they beached themselves on that little beach there.
In December, a group of 51 pilot whales stranded themselves in southern Collier's Everglades National Park. It's unclear if today's pod is part of the same group. Now experts worry their chance of survival is bleak. Sanibel Sea School's Bruce Neal says whales typically travel in groups with a no man left behind policy. When one is sick, many others fall ill too.
There's challenging things, and we find it throughout the world that sometimes there's success, but many times it doesn't end well.
Experts also say each pod has a leader and a navigator. If one of the two go off course, the entire pod will follow, making it tough to find their way back. Honoring a fallen hero. Thousands of people stood beside Sergeant Michael Wilson's wife and his children today to say goodbye.
He would never think twice about jumping a call for somebody else. That was his nature. That's what Mike did. That's what he did Monday night. He took the call.
It would be Sergeant Wilson's last. After 21 years on the job with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, Wilson was killed in the line of duty responding to a domestic disturbance. A husband and father of 3 making the ultimate sacrifice for a complete stranger.
I can't imagine what they're going through. And just thankful that they're out there helping and supporting. It's really tough. You never know when they're going to come home if they do.
Wilson's law enforcement family spoke at length about his dedication to the job and his unique personality. The 2-hour ceremony giving us a rare glimpse into the life of a man who touched so many.
Although Mike took pride in his service, ultimately it was his family he was proudest of.
Described as a practical joker with a smile you could see from a mile away. Friends say Sergeant Wilson was truly one of a kind. The loss written on the faces of all who came to say goodbye. Today's service, a tribute to a hero.
Mike had time to call for backup. I know he had time to call on God that he believed in.
One man's legacy left to be carried out by his family and his community.
For all units, please pause. For a last call in tribute to and in memory of our fallen fellow veterans.
With a final call over the radio,
All units, 405 is out of service.
Sergeant Michael Wilson was called home.
Ready.
In Punta Gorda, Hollie Hojek, NBC2. Thank you for watching NBC2 News Now, your 24-hour news and weather station in Southwest Florida. I'm Hollie Hojek. Here are the top stories in the news at this hour. Deputies are investigating a couple that's been going door to door trying to sell security signs. A Collier County woman finished what she started decades ago. Melissa Jimenez received her GED at a ceremony in Collier County, and as you're about to see, the timing made for a very special moment. A trip to the grocery store turns violent. Lee County deputies say this woman walked up to a man in his truck in the Publix parking lot and slapped him across the face. 17 people are facing charges for dealing drugs on and around Fort Myers Beach. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says it's part of a sting they're calling Operation March Madness. Investigators say now is a busy time for drug dealers with spring breakers in town. In all, they seized more than a kilo of cocaine and more than 2 pounds of marijuana. And remember, for breaking news, weather information, and news online, you can log on 24 hours a day to NBC-2.com. Thanks for watching.